If you'd like to see how I'm going to transform these two very plain socks, one of them is thick, one of them is thin, and they're going to be a little plain, into these really pretty relaxed decor but still super cute junk socks, keep watching this video. Hey YouTube! So today in this video, I am going to be adding some embellishments to these two different pairs of socks. And I'm just zooming in really closely so you can see the difference in quality of these socks. One is pretty thick and one is pretty thin. One is from Temu and one is from this supplier that I've recently started ordering from, and I'm just testing out the quality. I think it's pretty obvious which one is from Temu. Not to say that Temu doesn't have good socks. This particular sock that I ordered from Temu is extremely thin. But I do understand that some people may like thin socks. Everybody doesn't want a super thick sock. Anyway, I decided that with this tan sock that I was going to add various sizes of gold pearls. I think these gold pearls look really nice on this sock. I'm using E6000 glue because it's really good when it comes to fabric. So what I'm doing is I'm just taking very small little dots of glue, picking up the pearls with my wax pickup tool. It makes it pretty simple, but sometimes if the pearls are pretty big, it may give me like a little pushback or whatever. I might have to tussle with it, but the wax pickup tool is really pretty good for these type of projects. And before I started, I put some wax paper under this sock. It's so tight and thin, it looks lumpy. Eventually, I went ahead and pulled the wax paper out. But if you're wondering why it looks lumpy on the display, oh, and the feet displays are from Amazon. I get asked that question quite a bit. You can find these on Amazon. You just type in feet display, foot display. This particular one I don't like as much. This was the first one I ordered, then I ordered another one. These don't stand up on their own. But even for this type of project, I do like to lay it on the side anyway. But you know, when I'm finished, I like to stand them up and kind of take a picture or a video, but they don't stand up on their own. So I don't care for this one. The other one I'll use in this video is a little better. So the whole idea was to create a sock that doesn't have as much quote unquote junk on it, or just a little less or toned down. However, towards the end of the video, I did add more to the second pair of socks. You'll see that I'll start, because they were for my aunt, and my aunt is, she's very extra. So she wanted all the extra bells and whistles, so I had to remix it towards the end. But you will still see how it looks toned down. Because I understand everybody don't want a whole lot of stuff on their socks. They may consider the idea of a junk sock if it's more calmed down to fit their style. So a lot of people on Instagram really like this pearl sock. So that just goes to show a lot of times less is more. Okay, I just need to say this really quickly. I'm going to give you the sock vendor. The information will be in the next few clips of the video. But even while you're ordering, they do have socks that are thin. So make sure you let the supplier know you would like to order thick socks. Another tip that I learned, make sure they are not 120 needle number. Make sure the needle number of your socks is at least 144. It gets thicker than these. So it depends on how thick you want them to be and how much you want to pay. But make sure the needle number is above 144. That's what these red socks are. Okay, so with this second sock, you can just already tell by looking at it, this sock is really nice and thick. I wanted to use some of these patches. So I do have these patches available on my website, myroyalradiance.com. They're very sparkly and pretty, and I love the little tassels on the bottom of these patches. They're very popular, and these patches are very well liked to use on Crocs, denim jackets, all type of stuff, hats. So these are iron-on patches technically, but I like to use glue when I'm applying them. So the great thing about these socks, they're super long and they're thick. So I really do like that. Now, when it comes to the vendors that I use, because I do have a website and a business, I don't give all my vendors' information out for free. However, I decided that I will give out my sock vendor for free. So that information will be available in the description. I'll have a link to where you can find this particular vendor. If you don't decide to go with this vendor, that is fine as well. But I will give you a couple tips as to how to search for a vendor. So for one, I like to use Alibaba.com. That's where you can get a lot of your items wholesale. You just have to be prepared to purchase a certain amount. You have to be prepared for the higher shipping. So keep those things in mind. So if you're going to buy in bulk, remember that sometimes your shipping will cost more than the actual product. Also keep in mind that you can't just get one red sock, one blue sock, one white sock, one pink sock. No, no, no. Most of them, well, really all of them, have a minimum order quantity. The minimum order quantity can be anywhere between 10 to 20 to 15. It depends on the vendor. I think with this vendor, I think the minimum they let me do was 10 colors, 10 or 15 colors per sock. Did I say that right? Okay. So for example, I was able to get, okay, how many socks did I get? I think I got about 70 socks and I got 10. No, I got 7 colors and I had to buy 10 of each. It's something like that. And I think certain colors, they did let me get 5. Like maybe 5 gray socks, 5 green socks, for example, something like that. And, oh, let me back up to what I'm doing in the video. Okay, so I added on my patch in the front because that's where I wanted it. I'm sorry, I didn't realize that the camera was not in focus or angled properly on the sock. So please forgive me for that. Sometimes I just be in a zone doing what I'm doing and I have to look back at the screen of the camera to actually see what it's seeing because I'm just moving around. So forgive me. So I put rubber bands on top of my patch. There we go. Now you can see what's going on. I put rubber bands on it because I want to hold that in place, you know. E6000 does not dry instantly, so you have to give it some time. I did let the rubber band stay on there for about 24 hours. And also, when you're putting your E6000 glue, we all know that E6000 glue oozes out quickly. You don't even have to squeeze the bottles. You just kind of take the top off and it just comes out. Glaze it on the back of whatever you're using. Hurry up and put that top back on. You want to put a very small amount, not too small, but you want to put a lesser amount because once you press that sock on, once you press that patch on that sock, especially with the rubber bands, it'll start to ooze outside of the patch and it'll make it'll dry like white and crusty looking. And it's really hard to get E6000 off of fabric, and you don't want that. Now, when you're using these displays, you have to scrunch the sock down. So I do want to find one that has like a longer leg to it, because you have to test a few things out, because it may look like everything is like crowded on the sock together as you're making it, but you have to take that sock apart. You'll see it's plenty of space, but it's supposed to be like that, because when you're making a junk sock, it has to scrunch down. Remember, it's called a slouch sock too, so you have to accommodate for the slouch areas so that once you design it, it's not too close, but it's not too far either. But that's just something that you can gauge, because it's also all about how you want the sock to look. What look are you going for? And these new rhinestones that I got, I was just trying them out. I love them. I love them. I do have a rhinestone vendor list available on my website. If you have ever purchased my rhinestone vendor list from me ever at any point, I'm going to be adding the vendor that I purchased these rhinestones from. Shoot me an email if you've ever purchased from me before, and just let me know if you want this vendor. I will add it to it. So just let me know. I'll update the vendor list, because I really do like these. I've already placed an order for a second bag. I bought like one big bag, and it was multicolored. So for this, I just picked out certain colors. So, and then they also do have some similar ones to these on Amazon if you'd like to purchase them on Amazon. Because again, when you purchase from a vendor, you have to buy a certain amount. I have bought one big bag, but I also bought 2 other bags of some rhinestones. But again, the shipping is like no less than about $30 to $35. So if you're willing to spend that kind of money on shipping, you have to kind of make it worth your while. You order a decent amount of rhinestones. Oh, okay. Let me just show you. I made these brooches. You saw my videos. Well, maybe you didn't. But if you didn't, I have videos showing how I make the brooches. This sock was not jazzed up enough for my aunt. So I was like, let me just add some more stuff to them. She said she liked them, but my daughter was like, come on now. You know who you dealing with. This is not going to be jazzy enough for her. She likes all the extra, all the glam. You know how she is. So I was like, you're right. Let me go ahead and add some more. So I made these brooches, and I'm adding them to the socks just to spruce them up a little bit more. Add a little more razzle dazzle to these socks. And those brooches are gorgeous. I just have like a lot of different rhinestones. I have a chunky bling kit that has some of those larger size rhinestones in them. And I also have these really cute safety pins. I purchased some. I just haven't added them to the website yet. But I really like these really large safety pins. These are super cute. So I'm just adding some more stuff to the sock to make them more fabulous. But at the end of the video, I will show you how they turned out plain. And then I'll show you how they turned out with the extras. Because remember, this video was about plain laid back style socks. This was not supposed to be about all the bells and whistles, and I'm adding the bells and whistles for the sake of them being for my aunt, and that's just what she likes, and that's okay. That's okay. But let me know what you guys think when you see it in the end. Are you more into with the less glam on it, without the brooches I added, without that big rhinestone safety pin? And I'm going to add some chains to these socks too, y'all. So I'm going to add some chains to them draped on the back. It's going to be really, really cute. Okay, so this, I just took some safety pins and I added some of these other rhinestones that I have to them. So I'm going to just add that chain, which you can get this chain on Amazon. I think I paid about $10. I don't know how many feet it is, but it's like just craft chain. And I'm just going to drape this across the back. I've seen people draping chains on socks. You could do it longer, you can do it shorter. Because at first I'm like, no, this is too long. But then I had to remember these socks are scrunched all the way down to fit on this display. So if you decide that you want them shorter, just cut it shorter. If you want it longer, do it longer. If you want multiple chains, and you could just maybe do them from longest to shortest. There's so many different things you can do with these socks to customize them to how you like them. It's just, the options are endless. Okay guys, here is the final finished result of these socks. Now these are the ones that came from Temu. They're a little bit thinner. I think these socks came out really cute. I can see some areas where I could have added more or maybe a little bit of less, but you can just eyeball it once you're finished. Add more where it needs to be added. Add less, you know, it's up to you. But I think these came out really cute. This is a nice toned down look. I think this would be nice too if you did white pearls, pink pearl, you know, any color pearl. Pearls come in a lot of different colors. Pearls are just a whole different type of vibe, you know. Some people prefer pearls, some people prefer rhinestones. So it's really whatever type of look you're going for, whatever the mood is. Because think about it, pearls and rhinestones together look very pretty as well. So that's the first sock that we did. Okay, so here is the final result of the second sock. This is before I added the brooches, a couple other pins to it, the safety pins, and the chain. Are you feeling this look better? The more mild, calm look. I call this calm. This might still be doing too much to some people. This is how it looks on the side. And again, if you feel like it's too spaced out, scrunch the sock up and down, or just take it off the display altogether to kind of see where you are with your spacing. And I just love the tassels, how those tassels just kind of fall there. When you walk, they kind of shake. Again, this is another front view of the tassels on the socks. Again, I do have these patches available. This is the socks side by side together. I feel like these are toned down. I don't know. I love those rhinestones with the smaller rhinestones around them. Yeah, they're on Amazon too if you want. I saw some. They're called rhinestone double layer claw rhinestones, I believe. You can get like a small pack for maybe about $10 or so. But they have different shapes and sizes if you do research and get them on Alibaba. Okay, so here they are turned up a little bit. You know, this is more of the glam added. What do you think? Is this too much for you? Would you still wear this with the chains, with the big safety pin? And that safety pin is big. It's like at least 2 inches big. The brooch, I love these brooches. These brooches would be so cute on a hat, on a denim jacket. I just love those brooches. And the chain, I feel like the chain will stay on there pretty good with that little small safety pin that I added. But I hope you guys did enjoy this video. I hope you got some cool ideas from it, some inspiration. You know, I feel like these would make really cute birthday gifts, stocking stuffers. Like, you can do a lot if you want to start a business making junk socks. If you want to know how much I charge for something like this would be $25 or maybe $30 for something like this. Maybe the plainer version, $20. I think no less than $20. Maybe you can get away with that mustard color sock with just the pearls for $15 or $20 maybe. It depends, you know, if you're going to be handing the product straight to the person. Are you shipping it? Is it going to be on your website so we have to pay those transaction fees? Those are all things to think of. But thanks so much for watching this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did enjoy it. Share it on Facebook. Send it to someone who may be interested or trying to figure out how to make their own junk socks. Thanks again for watching. Bye-bye. Hey guys, check out my website, myroyalradiance.com. And there's always a coupon code available with a special discount, Royal Beauty 10 off. Use it today. We have some updated styles of luxury inspired faux leather fabric. And when you buy 3 sheets of fabric, you'll get the 4th one free of charge. They also have these beautiful iron-on patches available and these beautiful planner charms that are so versatile. You can use these to decorate your cell phone cases, compact mirrors, or you can turn these into brooches or croc charms. More beautiful sparkly gold iron-on patches for your crocs or denim jackets, and the latest item we have are the brooches for the slouch socks. We also have luxury inspired crocs charms. Iron-on transfers are also available. Check out our website, see our tactical defense, where we do have in-waistband gun holsters, belly bands, magnetic holsters, and a lot more.